Join me as I dive into the shocking admission that has turned Catherine's 11-year marriage upside down. Mason and Catherine, a loving couple that seemed to have it all together, had been married for 11 years. They were the kind of couple that others looked up to, with a strong foundation built on trust, love, and respect. But behind closed doors, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. Mason and Catherine's relationship had always been built on a foundation of trust, but over the years, subtle cracks began to appear. They started to drift apart, and the once strong bond between them began to weaken. The love was still there, but it was being tested by the everyday struggles of life. Little did they know, these issues would eventually come to a head in a way that would shake their relationship to its very core. As time went on, the distance between them grew. They stopped communicating effectively, and the intimacy that once brought them so close started to fade. Mason became increasingly withdrawn, and Catherine struggled to get through to him. They both felt like they were walking on eggshells, never knowing what would set the other off. The tension was palpable, and it was only a matter of time before something gave. The fights started small, but soon escalated into full-blown arguments. The atmosphere in their home became toxic, and they both knew something had to change. But little did they know, the biggest blow was yet to come. Mason had been hiding a secret that would change everything. The days leading up to Mason's admission were filled with anxiety and uncertainty. Catherine could sense that something was wrong, but she had no idea what it was. Mason was distant, and the tension between them was suffocating. They barely spoke, and when they did, it was only to argue. The air was thick with emotion, and it was clear that something was about to give. Catherine couldn't shake the feeling that Mason was hiding something from her. She tried to push him to talk, but he just shut down. The silence between them was deafening, and Catherine felt like she was walking on thin ice. She knew that Mason was struggling, but she had no idea what was going on inside his head. The night of Mason's admission, Catherine was on edge. She could feel the weight of his secret bearing down on her, and she knew she had to confront him. The words that came out of his mouth next would change their lives forever. Catherine's heart raced as she waited for him to speak, her mind racing with all the possibilities. And then it happened. Mason took a deep breath, and the words spilled out of him like a dam had burst. The admission was like a punch to the gut, leaving Catherine reeling. She felt like her whole world had been turned upside down, and she didn't know how to process what she had just heard. The immediate impact of Mason's admission was like a bomb going off. Catherine was consumed by a mix of emotions, from shock and disbelief to anger and hurt. She couldn't believe what she was hearing, and she didn't know how to react. The words hung in the air like a challenge, daring her to respond. Mason's admission sparked a chain reaction of emotions, with both of them struggling to come to terms with the new reality. The air was thick with tension, and it was clear that their relationship would never be the same again. The question on everyone's mind was, could they recover from this, or was it the final nail in the coffin? So, what do you think? Can Mason and Catherine's relationship survive this shocking admission, or is it too much to overcome? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to learn more about relationship dynamics and how to navigate similar situations, check out our video on the 5 common mistakes couples make in their relationships.